Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. Those men who are often compared to corset fitters. They can always push a problem out of sight by pulling a few strings. Our attention, as always, is focused on the General Assistance Department. Here we find that eager executive, Richard Lamb, completely caught up in his work.
Mildred!
Whatever's the matter, Mr. Lamb? Oh, you have gone a funny colour.
I don't know, suddenly got this choking sensation.
Mr. Lamb, you've rolled your tie into the typewriter.
Oh, so I have. Oh, that's better.
I wondered why you was working with your nose jammed up against the paper like that. I thought you was getting short-sighted.
Yes. Oh, dear, look at this tie. I typed your obedient servant under the knot.
Honestly, I don't know why you don't leave all the typing to me. It's not your job.
Well, it does keep my fingers nimble in between piano lessons, as long as I don't get mixed up.
How do you mean?
Well, last week I typed out the Bluebells of Scotland, and I played a memo to the Minnevag and Fish on the piano.
Oh, really?
Morning, Joe.
Morning, Mildred.
Morning, man. Oh, you're early.
Yes, well, blessed alarm clock didn't go off.
Eh?
Well, one gets into a routine, you know. The thing goes off, you thump it, then go back to sleep. Didn't go off this morning, woke me immediately.
I'll put the kettle on, Mr. Lennox Brown.
Come along, too. We go into the office.
Yes, right. Now then.
What have we got today? I say, do you know you've got your obedient servant written under your tie?
It's quite simple, you see. I was strangling myself to keep my fingers supple. I rolled my tie into the typewriter.
Silly of me to ask. Now then, what work have we got in today?
Well, we're still supposed to be helping out the Ministry of Defense, looking after research and development.
Ah, yes, so we are. Now, how's that new weapon coming along? You know, the one that's undetectable on radar. Can't be jammed. Need to know fuel. What's it called again?
The bow and arrow.
Yes, that's the one, yes. Well, now, did you test it yourself, as I told you?
Yes, ma'am. It didn't go too well. The arrow stayed where it was, and I shot off.
Pretty. Anything else on the drawing board?
Well, Professor Mortimer's designed a new vehicle, which he said will go forever without any kind of engine.
Really?
Yes. The idea is it's built with the back wheels higher than the front wheels, so it's always running downhill.
How would you stop it?
Apparently you lean out of the driving seat and shove a brick under the wheel.
Oh, well, it's not surprising there are rumbles of discontent from the permanent undersecretary.
Oh, Sir Gregory. Oh, dear.
Yes, he thinks we should have more to show for 6 months' work. Now, I'm trying to appease him. Taking him out to lunch today.
Good idea. That should stop him rumbling.
Yes, quite so. In fact, I ought to be going now, really. Don't want to be late at the club.
But it's only 10:30.
Oh, Mr. Lennox Brown, are you not stopping for your tea?
No, Mildred, no. Changed my mind. Business before pleasure, you know. Well, I must be off.
Oh, and I made it just the way he likes it. 8 spoonfuls of sugar. It took both hands to stir it. Yeah, by the way, Mr. Lamb, I've just remembered. The hall porter rang up. He asked if you wouldn't mind popping down to have a word with him.
Well, old Matthews.
Yes.
I wonder what he wants.
Here you are, Mr. Lamb. Your old pogo stick.
A pogo stick, but it's lost all its spring. I couldn't pogo with this.
Well, in that case, you'll just have to... I'll be obliged if you take it away, sir. And all this other stuff.
Good gracious.
See, I'm having to clear out of me cubbyhole. There's so much rubbish in here, I has to turn sideways to raise me eyebrows.
My word, yes, you have collected a lot of junk, haven't you?
And most of it's yours, mate, sir.
Oh.
Over the past 15 years, you've been piling it onto me. Matthews, look after this. Matthews, take care of that.
Well, I didn't want to clutter up my office, you see.
Over the start, there's this here umbrella, which ain't got no cover on it. Just spokes.
Ah, that. Well, I didn't like to throw it away. Might come in handy for a day when it isn't raining.
In name is this old mangle? Can't imagine what use you had for that in the first place.
The mangle. I didn't mean to take that home. Part of my personal economy drive, I worked out I could save threepence a year by forcing the last little drop out of my toothpaste tubes.
Oh, I see. Sort of credit squeeze, eh?
Very amusing, yes. And here's my old motor horn. I remember buying that. I was thinking of learning to drive at the time. Decided to master the horn before I went on to the tricky bits.
I'd be glad if you'd take it away, along with this here perambulator.
Pram? Did I leave a pram with you?
Yeah, it was many years ago, sir. Young Mr. Renfrew from Pensions was took queer at the staff Christmas party, and you wheeled him back here in it.
Good heavens, I don't remember. Did I say where I'd got it?
No, sir. As I recall, you thought it was a 3-litre Ferrari, and this was the starting line for the Monte Carlo Rally.
Well, the best thing to do is to load all this stuff into the pram, and I'll take it up to the office. I'll get rid of it later.
Right, sir. Pogo stick, mango, motor horn, dartboard.
Encyclopedia Giganticus, volumes grew to Yog, 10 chip billiard balls, 1 dinner gong with a dent in it, half a dozen rusty springs.
I bought them at Temperature. They were having a spring sale, you see.
I've never seen such a collection of old rubbish.
Anyway, it's nice and tidy, packed in that pram. All I've got to do now is to get rid of it.
Well, perhaps you could flog it to some junk shop. There's one round the corner that says, "We buy old junk and sell valuable antiques."
Good idea, but I can't wheel it through the streets like this. I mean, I'd feel such a fool.
Yes, hang on. There's an old blackout curtain in that mat cupboard.
Oh,
You
good.
can cover it all up with that.
That's the one I used for the civil service fancy dress ball, isn't it?
Yeah. You wrapped it round your shoulders, stuck an indoor aerial on your head. That man.
Well, at least it was more original than yours. There must have been at least 10 bunny girls at that ball. Just as well I changed my mind at the last moment, or there would have been 11.
Yeah, 10 bunny girls, and Mr. Grimes of Transport had to come as Brer Rabbit. The time of his life, the dirty old devil.
Oh, yes, crimey Grimes, you see.
I think he was after me pom-pom.
Anyway, give me a hand to wrap this curtain round the pram.
Yes, Mr. Lamb. That's it, yes. Over the top and down.
Yeah.
We tie the ends up underneath.
So no one can see what it is. There, that looks better. All covered up.
Here, it looks like one of them music things, with the handle of the mangle sticking out the side like that. Let's give it a turn.
Oh, I shouldn't. No, I mean, it's all carefully balanced. You disturb the bits and pieces.
Oh, it won't do any harm.
Oh.
Here we go. Not much of a tune, but I like the arrangement.
Well, that's that, Mildred. I'll just have to leave it here by my desk till LB gets back from lunch. Then I'll wheel it off to the junk shop.
Yeah, look at the time. I better dash. I want to go over and watch them workmen on that building site over the road. It seems they're going to blow up that old house in the middle of the site at 3 o'clock. It's part of the rebuilding scheme.
Blow it up? But
Yeah.
won't that be dangerous?
No, not the way they do it. Lots of little charges, and the whole building just collapses when they press their thingy. I said I'd go and watch.
Well, I don't know, Mildred. I mean, you shouldn't really leave this office empty.
But it won't be empty, Mr. Lamb. You'll be here.
No, I'm coming with you. I love explosions.
Oh, good-o. After that, we can start our lunch hour. Come on, we'll have to rush.
Well, not a bad lunch, Lennox Brown. Not bad at all.
Well, that's very kind of you to say so, Sir Gregor.
But you needn't think you've appeased me about this slow progress. 6 months your department's been helping the Ministry of Defense, and you've nothing to show for it.
Oh, well, we're trying, Sir Gregor.
Yes.
Oh, sparing enough. Working flat out. Ceaseless research.
Then why is there no one in the office at 5 to 3 in the afternoon? You haven't come up with one worthwhile device.
Well,
I don't believe you've been working on anything. Hello, what's this beside Lamb's desk?
Oh, that thing.
Yes. Well, that's, what's it, Sir Gregory?
What? Oh, you mean this is something you're working on?
Yes, that'll be one of the things we're working on, I think.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. Wheels and that handle sticking out, covered in some sort of black material. You say it's called a what's it?
Well, Sir Gregory, what I meant was that it's yes, what's it? Yes, it's a wave oscillator. Transistorized synchrotron for ionic transmission.
Oh, yes.
What's it? W-O-T-S.
Oh, yes. I see.
So you see, I mean, we haven't been idle at all.
No, quite. I take it all back, let it expound. What exactly does it do?
Do? Oh, yes. Yes, well, now, what do you think it does, Sir Gregory?
I don't know, do I? Never seen the thing before I walked into this office.
No, well, neither had I.
What does it do?
It's rather hard to describe.
In that case, I'd better try it for myself, hadn't I?
Well, I'm not so sure, Mr. Gregory.
Now, wheel it over to the window here where the light's better.
Yes.
I suppose you turn this handle, eh?
Yes.
Well,
it takes a few moments to,
good grief! Look, Lennox Sprout, under the window. That derelict house opposite. It's blown up. The one on the building site. What a weapon you developed here. No shells or bombs. Just point the what's-it, turn the handle, and the target blows up.
It does? I mean, it does, yes. Yes, it does.
By Jove, stop being cagey. The secret's out now. We'll all share the glory. Bravo, your department.
Thank you, Sir Gregory.
I suppose the what's-it works on some system of recycling a laser beam at a velocity m squared and then converting the acid positronic flow into an energy explosion, what? Eh?
Well, it's not quite as simple as that.
No? Well, I can't hope to keep up with you technical, perhaps.
No.
I know a breakthrough when I see it. Well done, Lennox Brown.
Oh, it's all part of the job, Sir Gregory.
Splendid. Well, I'll arrange for a proper, full-scale test under field conditions. Top priority. By George, wait till the minute they hear about this. By George.
Good gracious me. We seem to have done something right for once. Well, I hope June knows a bit more about it than I do, though.
Not bad lunch for the canteen, was it?
Not bad. The fried place was very nice, but I didn't think much of the tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce? That was custard, Mr. Lowe. I wondered why you was pouring it on your fish.
It was...
There you are, both of you. Shouldn't leave the office unattended like that, you know.
I'm sorry, but lunch, you see, and before that we went across to the building site.
Yes, well, never mind about that. There's something I want you to clear up.
Oh, dear, it's this thing, isn't it? Yes, I thought you'd be annoyed. I'll get it out of the way immediately. I'll just wheel it off, and then I...
Where do you think you're going with that?
Well, I thought I'd get rid of it.
Get rid of it? What, the what's it? Are you mad? Don't you realize that Gregory's interested in it?
He is?
Oh, my word, yes, he thinks it's very valuable. I say you're a bit of a dark horse, aren't you, sir? A bit of a dark horse, you know. You didn't tell me about all this, did you?
Do you mean you're interested as well?
Well, naturally.
I tell you what, highest bidder can have the lot. I'll even throw in a pair of old bicycle clips I keep in my drawer.
What are you talking about, Sue? It's the what's it here I'm interested in, this new super weapon.
I thought you were talking about my pram load of old junk here. Look, I'll unfasten the edge of the blackout curtain, and then you can...
What are you doing? Careful, now that thing's dangerous.
What?
Rusty manual, billiard balls, dinner gong.
Just a few treasured possessions.
But the building, it blew up.
Yes, the council workmen. I was watching them. They're very skillfully done, I thought.
Good heavens. Wait till I tell Sir Gregory. Oh, he will be amused.
Will he?
Well, perhaps not. Still, I better do it now before he takes the matter any further.
Yes.
A tramload of junk here. Oh, dear. Lennox Brown. Sir Gregory. Yes, I was just about to call you.
What's it? Yes. I realize how excited you are.
Well, now, I think I ought to tell you.
The Prime Minister's excited, too. I just told him about it. Yes, tell him of the hard work we both put into it.
Oh.
Yes. He's authorized a full-scale test at once. All the top brass have been informed, not to mention NATO, SEATO, and all our other allies. Yes, we've thrown the whole Ministry of Defense into it today. Now, what was it you wanted to tell me, Lennox Brown?
I was wondering if I might start my holidays today.
Not possible, Lennox Brown. You've got to be at the test tomorrow. Salisbury Plain. See to it that the What's-It is in good working order. I hold you responsible. By George, we'll show the world what Britain can do.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter, Ron? You've gone all white.
Oh, there's only one thing for it. We'll have to go along and, Are you a religious man, too?
By Jove, Lennox Brown, it's nippy out here.
Yes, I suppose it's always nippy on Salisbury Plain, Sir Gregory. Wouldn't surprise me if we're due for a bit of a frost. Nor me, Sir Gregory.
Well, we can start the test shortly. You've got the What's-It, Lamb?
Yes, just as you said, Sir Gregory.
Indeed.
I don't really think it needed an escort of armoured cars and the M4 closed to all other traffic.
Couldn't risk delay with something as vital as this. Here's the Field Marshal. Cancelled his trip to the States to be here. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, Pitkin. Everything all set? Going to go smoothly, I hope?
Yes, everything's ready, sir.
Now, do you really need me,
What?
Well, I mean, Lamb's the one who did all this, you know. I mean, I mustn't take any credit.
Don't be so modest, Lennox Brown.
Well,
it's your department, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, it is. He did it all, really. I hardly had anything to do with it.
Yes, well, is this the thing? The What's-It? It doesn't look much.
No, that's another advantage. Small, easily mobile, but just wait till you see what it can do.
Yes, well, come along, then. Come along.
I tell you what's up, right? Off you go, Lamb. Point the What's-It at that old blockhouse and wind the handle.
You really think that
Well, wait a minute. Look, there's an airplane up there.
What?
It's one of those little Piper Cup things. It's circling round.
What the place is he?
It might be spies or something. Yes, we'd better cancel the demonstration. That's it. We'll cancel everything, then we can...
Nonsense. Probably some flying clubs. They're carry-on Lamb. Spies, indeed. Sometimes you amaze me, Lennox Brown.
Fly directly over them, Comrade Ivan. I wish to take photographs of this test they are holding.
Yes, Comrade Magda. It was clever of you to find out about it from the junior minister last night.
Poor fool. He thinks I am Welsh.
Oh.
Once I have let him play with my balalaika, he tells me everything. Go down lower, Ivan.
I'll do my best, Comrade Magda. But the plane is very sluggish. I don't understand it.
Come along, Lamb, come along. Don't just stand there dithering. Get on with it, man. Turn the blessed handle.
Oh, very well.
Yes.
Well, I can't stand it. Tell him one.
Yes. Well, now, it takes a moment to warm up, you know. Yes, we haven't fully worked out all the...
Heavens, Pitkin. The aircraft engine is cutting out, right? Look at the thing. It's jingling about all over the sky.
What is wrong with the engine, Comrade Ivan?
See, we have run out of fuel.
Run out of fuel? I told you to fill up before we took off.
I thought you meant the flask of vodka.
You bungling fool! Now we don't get our photographs, and even worse, the spy plane may fall in the hands of the British.
I am sorry, Comrade Master.
Deviation is peace. It is fortunate we plan to destroy this plane after landing. Set off the delayed action bomb now. It will just give us time to bail out. When you reach the ground, run for cover before anyone catches us.
This is amazing. Look at that place. 2 people have bailed out. Keep turning that handle, Lamb. You've done it again, Lennox Brown. By heavens, this Watson is more powerful than we thought.
I've never seen anything like it. It cut out the plane's engine, then blew the thing up.
And not only that, it ignored the blockhouse and selected the more important target. But you never mentioned the Watsy could think for itself, Lennox Brown.
Didn't I?
No.
That is,
I congratulate you, gentlemen. I suppose the Watsy uses some sort of oscillator beam to induce mental fatigue.
That's it. That's what it does. Shall I do it again?
Don't get carried away, too. Don't get carried away. I think we'd better leave it at that. Somebody up there likes us.
Do you know anything about that thing in the corridor?
Thing in the corridor? Oh, that's the last of my junk from the porter's cubbyhole. Matthews brought it up neatly packed into one of those golf bags with wheels, and except for the television aerial, and he stood that on top. Why, is anything the matter?
Well, I'm not too sure. I saw Sir Gregory stop and twiddle the aerial. And at that moment, old Fatty Scott was passing and his trousers fell down.
He won't wear braces. Just a minute. One. You don't think Sir Gregory couldn't think...
Well, he went straight to that door marked anti-personnel weapon, shouting another breakthrough.
If anyone wants me, I'm on sick leave.
We present Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. Those men whose agile minds swing into action as soon as they get out of bed, and don't stop until they reach the office. Westminster, the mother of parliaments. Here in the House of Commons, democratic government is seen at its most effective at question time, when great issues are probed and ministers are called to account for their actions.
In reply to the Honourable Member for Warbridge South, I would like to say that I prefer that window open. And frankly, it's going to stay open. And now, are there any other questions?
Is the Minister aware that a grave national emergency has crept up behind our backs to stare us in the face? I refer, of course, to the Royal Pelicans at Westminster Park. As the old rhyme has it, if pelicans in Westminster there do not be, then shall Sir England crumble and fall into the sea. Until recently there were 2 pelicans, and the nation hoped that they would but one has now died, leaving the other without a mate. Now, is the Prime Minister prepared to step in personally?
No, as you can imagine, I will answer that question frankly and fully. In this modern, thrustful, gritty age that we live in, it's no good shilly-shally. We must all take off our jackets, roll up our sleeves, and talk straight from the shoulder. Does that answer the question?
No.
Oh.
What is the Prime Minister going to do about the pelicans of Westminster Park? They are in danger of dying out.
No, as a matter of fact, the blame for this tragic state of affairs lies firmly on 13 years of Tory misrule. However, I'm sure we're all justly proud of our great traditions, and I shall personally see to it that somebody else does something about it.
Meanwhile, in the Whitehall offices of the General Assistance Department, Secretary Mildred Murphy is deeply involved in a top-secret matter.
A top-secret matter by Darcy Quinto. Chapter 3. Blood in the gutter. I don't dig dames who squeal, snarled Darcy, spitting his broken teeth into the wash basin. Ugh. Don't be like that, big boy, whispered Lavinia LaRue as the shower curtain moulded itself to her lissom palm. Darcy sweated. Oh. Suddenly, the door burst open. It was Mr. Greek, his evil face twisted in a mask of rage. He screamed a dreadful warning.
Morning, Mildred. Looks like rain.
Oh, Mr. Lamb. Oh, you did give me a start. What all the doodah?
Well, I had a bit of a shock myself this morning. Barely missed the train.
Oh, how was that, Mr. Lamb?
I think it must have been a new engine driver. He pulled up 2 yards further on than usual. I spent the best part of a minute feeling for the door handle. Had to lower my paper and look for it in the end.
It's a shame. Here, allow me coat up.
Oh, thank you. Poor old Perkins of personnel. He always gets in the last coach, you know. Well, he stepped right off onto the tracks. In his brolly.
Nasty.
Just goes to show what creatures of habit we all are. You take Mr. Lennox Brown, for instance. Every morning it's the same. He'll come marching through that door and say,
Morning, sir. Morning, Mildred.
yes, that's right. And then he'll do that silly business with his bowler. Oh, that is, good morning, ma'am.
Now, watch this, too. Watch this. I take off my bowler hat, aim carefully for the hat stand over there, and... Oh, dear.
Run down and fetch it, Mildred. After all, you're the one who left the window open.
Yes, Mr. Lamb. Yes, flipping noise.
Well, now, what's on the agenda today, too?
Well, there's the Willesden sewage file.
Yeah.
What would you like me to do with it?
What about filing it? Better dry it out first. It's all soggy.
Yeah, the teapot's been leaking again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. General Assistance Department, Richard Lamb speaking.
Pitkin here.
Oh, Sir Gregory, I didn't recognize your voice. Not until you spoke. I mean, the permanent undersecretary, right?
Oh, Lord, why can't the fella leave us in... Hello, Sir Gregory. How nice to hear from you.
Pelicans.
I beg your pardon, Sir Gregory.
Pelicans, man, in Westminster Park.
Oh, dear me. Well, I'll have them removed at once.
I don't want them removed. I want them put back. The minister's been on to me. There's some sort of tradition. Britain is safe as long as there are pelicans in Westminster Park. But now there's only one left.
Good gracious.
So get down there and do something about it. And do it thankfully.
Oh.
What was all that about, huh?
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Pelicans, yes. I remember reading about it now. Something to do with an old rhyme, I believe.
Oh, yes, I remember. An unusual bird is the pelican, for its beak can hold more than...
No, not that. Look, too, give the Westminster Park people a ring, will you, and tell them that we're on our way.
All right.
Yes. Now, what did I do with my hat? Well, now, here we are, too. Westminster Park. A bit of greenery in the heart of London where a man can still be free and unfettered. What does that notice say?
Do not pick the flowers, keep off the grass, tree climbing prohibited, do not feed the birds, do not...
Yes, all right, yes. Now, where's that fellow who was supposed to meet us at the gate? Where is he?
Well, there's one sure way of getting a park official to pop up from nowhere.
Oh, yes?
You reach towards the flower, you see, as though you're just going to pick it like this.
Yes. Yes, I see what you mean, too. Yes. Look, we've come about the pelican situation, yes. You're a bit short, aren't you?
It's no concern of yours how tall I am, matey.
No.
No, but I think I'm right in saying you've only got one, haven't you?
We're from the ministry. We've come to see the man in charge of the Pelican.
Right.
Oh, have you? Well, I'm him.
Oh, thank you.
It's me. I am the counter of the Royal Westminster Pelicans, mate.
The what?
The counter, mate. The counter, that's my job.
Oh, I see.
Every morning I leaves my little hut at the Stoke of Seven and counts the Royal Pelicans in the age-old traditional way. And then I rings up the palace. 2, ma'am, I says.
You haven't actually got to, have you?
No, I haven't. Still got the article. It happened last Tuesday. Look, I've come out of the hut, and there was number 2, going round and round in circles, flapping like mad.
I have the same trouble with my number 2 sometimes.
And then it fell into my arms, and with a sad little squeak, it's expatriated.
Oh, isn't that sad?
It's sad. I had tears in my eyes, mate. I can tell you, tears. They smell horrible, pelicans do.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst of it was, I had to ring her up and say, only one today, ma'am. I think she was a bit choked. Graciously choked, of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, never mind. We'll soon have another. First of all, where does this type of pelican come from?
Come from? Well, from eggs, usually, sir.
Look, we know that, but what part of the world, you see? I mean, what sort of pelican is it?
And sex is important, too, one.
Steady, too.
No, I mean,
Oh, yes. I see what you mean.
Well, the sooner we get another one, the better. Poor old Joe's moping about something shocking.
Joe?
That's the one what's left, sir.
I see.
Joe's a bit, lonely, you see.
Oh, of course. It must be very frustrating to be without... I mean, it's not getting any... well, I mean, it can't, on its own, can it? No.
Now, then, let's just get down to the facts. I mean, now, what part of the world do these pelican creatures come from, Mr.
Well, they come from Marillias, sir. They are greater Marillian pelicans, they are.
Greater Marillian pelicans, yes. Well, we'll just have to import one, won't we? That's the idea. Yes. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll have a word with old Tompkins of the Board of Trade, yes. He's sure to be at the club for lunch. Tompkins, my dear fellow. Nice to see you again.
What? Oh, hello. Lennox Brown, isn't it?
That's right, yes, rather. You lunching here in the club?
Oh, you'll have to speak up, old chap. I've got a head cold. It made me a bit hard of hearing.
Oh, dear me, yes. Well, are you lunching here? They do an excellent lunch these days. What?
Who?
Oh, the club. I say they do a nice lamb chop.
A pram shop in the club? Oh, gracious, I don't know what things are coming to. Mind you, they do an excellent lunch.
Yes. By the way, Tompkins, I've got a little problem you might be able to help me with.
Yes?
We've got to import a greater Marillian pelican.
What?
Oh, isn't it not? A greater Marillian pelican.
Tricky. Can't always get these things, you know. Trade agreements with other countries, lots of restrictions. There's clutter for a start.
Clutter?
Commercial League for Uniformity of Tariffs and Trade, European region. Clutter.
Ah, yes.
Then there's Tangle.
Ah, yes, Tangle, quite so. Yes.
Trade Association of the Netherlands, Greater Luxembourg and England.
Yeah.
Tangle. And, of course, there's also Foul Up, Chaos and Bedlam, not to mention...
Yes, quite, yes. So you think I may run into some snags?
Complex business, this international trade. Still, I'll see if I can get things moving for you. In the meantime, I expect you'll be sending out a few feelers yourself.
Oh, my word, yes. I expect we'll be able to manage off our own bat, actually. I've already sent my number 2 along to the Marillian embassy. He's probably got the whole business settled by now.
Impossible.
Simply, Mr. Lamb, as trade attaché of Meridia, I cannot allow you to have one of our pelicans.
But why not? I mean, look, I'm sorry I mistook you for the doorman. That flashy uniform and those tinny medals. I mean,
Please, it has nothing to do with that.
Well, I wasn't to know that medal was the Grand Order of Marilia. It looks like the Yogi Bear Fan Club, honestly.
It is not that, senor.
Well, was it when I tried out my Spanish? I know you're not really the son of a pig.
Muchas gracias. You are too kind. Now, let me tell you why you cannot import the pelican.
Yes, do.
For one thing, our Minister of Trade only attends his office on a Thursday.
That's tomorrow. Couldn't you contact him then?
Alas, this Thursday is a national holiday in Marilia. We celebrate our liberation by the hero Pancho Manuel Gonzalez.
Oh, dear. Well, next Thursday will do.
Another national holiday. We celebrate the overthrow of the tyrant, Pancho Manuel Gonzalez. Mind you, we do have a Thursday in January when absolutely nothing happened.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, dear. And all I can say is, oh, dear.
I appreciate your anxiety, amigo, but I must warn you not to attempt bribery. Do not, for instance, cunningly slip 5-pound notes in my right-hand waistcoat pocket.
Good heavens, I wasn't going to.
No? 1-pound notes?
Of course not. I have far too much respect for you. I do have a few luncheon vouchers.
No. It is quite impossible. I cannot arrange the import of a pelican to this country. Unless it is part of a larger order.
A larger order?
Si. For some time we've been trying to sell you our most important export. Yet you British are not shown enthusiasm. Always you go, yeah.
Oh, no, we're not like that. Honestly, what is it you're so anxious to sell us?
Tinned soldier ants in syrup.
Yeah.
The market for tinned soldier ants over here is almost completely unexploited.
I'm not surprised.
We could revolutionize the British breakfast. Imagine, senor, egg, bacon, and tinned soldier ants.
Well, if it's the only way we can get the pelican, perhaps we might take, should we say, 50?
50 gross. Agreed. Bueno. Estupendo, hombre. I may get another teeny medal for this, eh?
And don't forget, with the order, we get one female Greater Marillion pelican. Now, I must get back to the office. Even Sir Gregory can't find fault with the way I've handled this.
Never known such an incompetent, bungling, idiotic, tactless, bone-headed, inefficient... the words fail me.
Lamb's not back yet, Sir Gregory, but I'll pass on your message.
Well, I hold you personally responsible for this, Miss Lennox-Brown. You'd better sort it out, you hear? And do it tactfully. Tactfully! Yeah.
My word, Mildred, Sir Gregory hasn't been so angry since,
Yesterday.
Yes, that was it, yesterday, yes.
That was when he found out we'd had the wall sack restuffed with foam rubber.
Oh, yes. Every time the Lord Chancellor brought down his gavel, he bounced onto the floor. I remember that.
I just got back from the Meridian Embassy. It's all sorted out. You'll never guess how I did it.
They agreed to let you have a pelican if you take a consignment of tinned soldier ants in syrup.
They agreed to let me have a pelican if I did. How did you know?
The permanent undersecretary, too. By agreeing to this deal, you've upset the government of Umpala.
Umpala?
Well, you know, through the Suez Canal and a bit to the right.
Them?
Yes, them, yes. This deal cuts right across their trade treaty with us. They got to hear about it and complained immediately to Sir Gregory. Oh. You'd better get down to the Umpala embassy and sort it out.
All right, I'll do it right away, one. I'm sure I'll be able to clear it up. Don't bother.
Impossible, Mr. Lamb. As trade attaché of Umpala, I cannot permit you to disregard this solemn treaty.
Why not? I've upset you, haven't I? Look, I'm sorry I brought those beads, but
The manual was a bit out of date, you see.
No. It's nothing to do with that. The point is, if we let you flood the market with this Marillion stuff, what will happen to our tin soldier ants and syrup industry? You agreed to buy them only from us.
Well, good heavens, I'd no idea. Surely there can't be much of a market over here anyway.
Oh, yes. We're waging a tremendous publicity campaign. Haven't you seen our poster? Eat a tinner once a day.
Well, I can't say I have.
It's just outside East Grinstead.
To get back to this treaty business, couldn't you stretch a point?
Out of the question, Mr. Lamb. Unless...
Yes.
Well, we in Umpala are great admirers of the British way of life.
Oh, so are we.
And our civil servants are desiring to emulate the dress of your typical man in the road. Like Sir Alec Douglas Home.
Oh, really?
Indeed, yes. All our civil servants would be liking to have tweed plus fours.
I see, then. If we let you have lots of tweed plus fours, you won't object to Marilia sending us their soldier ants, right?
You've got it in a nutmeg.
It's a deal. Thank goodness that's sorted out. This time, Sir Gregory, I'll have to admit I've done a good job.
Boneheaded, tactless, idiotic, bungling, inefficient, incompetent,
Clumsy?
Thank you. Clumsy fool that he is.
Yes, Sir Gregory. Yes, of course, Sir Gregory, yes.
Well, I'm warning you, Lennox Brown, if you don't sort out this business once and for all, I'll have the pair of you transferred to archives at Ballymucky. Sort it out.
Dear me. He forgot to say, do it tactfully. Hello.
And do it tactfully, do you hear? Tactfully.
Oh, what a boring fellow he is.
There, I've managed to get Umpala to agree one. Oh, what a struggle I had. Had to use all my tact, guile, cleverness.
Tweed plus fours, too?
You'll never guess what they... Oh, no. Nobody could object to Umpala having a consignment of... Oh, they could.
Yes, I'm afraid so, too. It's Borislava this time. Yes, they object to us sending Umpala plus fours. Might upset the balance of power, apparently. The Borislavans regard plus fours as war materials.
Plus fours war materials? How?
Well, I don't know, do I? I mean, don't ask. Look, come along. Your next call is at the Borislavan embassy. And this time, I'm coming with you.
As we Borislavans see it, this is yet another attempt by the warmongering capitalist hyenas to bring the uncommitted nations under their heel.
Oh, come. I mean, how can you say that giving Umpala a couple of hundred tweed plus fours can do Borislava any harm?
Borislava has an embassy in Umpala. Now, these plus fours could be soaked in petrol, set alight, and pushed through our letterbox.
Who on earth would push a blazing pair of trousers through an embassy letterbox?
We in Borislava do it all the time.
No use, Bun. We'll never sort this business out. It gets more tangled every minute. The mind boggles.
Too steady. You mustn't let Britain down. Don't boggle in front of foreigners.
You must see our point of view, Mr. Lennox Brown. After all, we have an old Borislavan saying, he who hunts the wild boar must wear thick trousers.
Oh, dear. So you intend to lodge an official protest if we export these things to Umpala?
That's right.
Yes.
Unless...
Yes?
Well, we in Borislava are rather short of decadent Western luxuries. Merely because we are concentrating on tanks and rockets as part of our great march to peace.
Of course.
Of course. So, if you could see your way clear...
Yes, certainly. One may want some luxury goods.
Comrade, there is one little luxury item.
Uh-huh.
Yes, a rare treat, I can tell you, yes. How do you fancy a consignment of tinned soldier ants in rich, mouth-watering sip? Eh?
Well...
They are red ants, I believe.
Agreed.
Yeah, you mean... You'll drop your objections to the plus four?
Certainly. Cooperation between us is essential if we are to stop our Chinese comrades marching to peace faster than we can.
Oh, Mr. Lamb, what good thing you and Mr. Lennox Brown managed to sort it all out.
Well, it was quite simple, really, Mildred. Meridia sends us a tweed pelican and some tin plus balls, and... no, wait a minute. We send Umpala... no, wait a minute, I tell a lie. Anyway, number one fixed it up. It was quite simple, really.
As long as you're sure we're getting the pelican.
Oh, yes, definitely. They're delivering it here in the park. LB ought to be along in a minute.
Oh, here he comes now.
Morning.
Morning.
My word, things are going well. Henrietta's just about due to arrive.
Henrietta?
Yes, she's the new pelican, a mate for Joe.
That's right.
And if I'm not mistaken, that'll be the van now,
Yes,
yes.
here we are.
Look, they're taking her out of her crate.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Oh, just look at that splendid bird.
Oh, saucy thing.
I think he means the pelican, Mildred.
Oh.
He's the official counter.
Oh, Joe will be delighted, sir. Delighted.
I hope so. After all, we do want them to become staunch chums.
Oh, it's ever so romantic. Just think of them billing and cooing and that.
Pelicans don't go in much for cooing, miss, but they're well equipped for billing.
Really, I mean, might hurt yourself. Yes. Now, Mr. If you'd just like to get the other one, Joe, you know, we can introduce them to each other.
Joe. Right, I will now give the traditional call. Joe! Where are you?
Joe! Josephine! Josephine!
Oh, that's her full name, sir. No, I usually call her Joe. It's more matey-like.
But wait a minute. You mean he's a she? Well, why didn't you tell us?
You never asked me. Does it make any difference?
But don't you see, Henrietta and Josephine, two girls, they won't be able to... Not unless they're... And even then...
Mr. Lamb!
Oh, really? It's not good enough to, really. Can't you tell the difference between a male and a female?
No. Well, yes. Usually they're more... but that probably doesn't apply to pelicans. I mean, I wouldn't know where to... Oh, dear.
Oh, you're worried, Mr. Lamb, I can tell. You've hardly touched your biscuits, and you keep dunking that rubber in your tea.
It's no use, Mildred, those pelicans. The whole idea was to have them mate and preserve the tradition. It came right down from the Prime Minister, remember?
Well, try taking your mind off it. What about some work? Look, you've hardly touched your paper-clip chain today.
Can't be bothered.
Well, why not finish off your typewriter portrait of Fidel Castro? Now, that was coming along very nicely.
No. Anyway, doing his beard has worn out the ribbon. I can't concentrate for thinking what will happen when Sir Gregory finds out.
Morning. My word, close day. I think we're in for a thunderstorm. What's the matter with Mr. Lamb?
Oh, he's worried about Sir Gregory, sir, when he finds out about the pelican business.
Yes. You know, I think I'm about due for a spotted holiday.
But I thought you'd already had your 8 weeks, sir.
Oh, pity, yes. Well, I'd better have a nice strong cup of tea as well.
Oh, righty, sir.
We'll get transferred to archives at Ballymucky for sure, one. Especially after all the other mistakes we've made lately. Those new floral curtains for the Ministry of Defence. You remember? We had them made into knickers for the Women's Royal Air Force.
Oh, yes, so we did, yes. Yes, we've made some nasty bloomers recently.
And now this. I know what's going to happen.
Any moment now, that telephone will ring. And...
Now, stop trying to get under the carpet, too. I'll answer them, blessedly. General Assistant Department, Lennox Brown speaking.
Rifkin here.
Ah, Mr. Gregory, yes?
I thought I'd have a word with you about this pelican business.
Yes. Well, I can explain it all, Sir Gregory. It's, you see, it's rather warm for the time of the year, wouldn't you, sir?
No, indeed it is, yes. Now, about these pelicans.
Now is the time to thin out the hollyhocks, you know, Sir Gregory. What? Yes, best do it early, I'd say, would you?
Oh, yes. I've done mine already. But now, this pelican...
Mulch around the roots, eh? Yeah. Plenty of phosphates, that's the thing.
I didn't bring you for a garden chat, Lennox Brown. Just wanted to congratulate you on this pelican business.
The pelicans, yes. Well, it was a bit of a misunderstanding, Sir Grey. Congratulate me?
Of course. Well, I must admit I was a bit worried when I heard you'd imported another female. I mean, they couldn't, could they?
No, they couldn't.
No, not as I remember it within the meaning of the act. But when I heard the one you got had laid 11 eggs this morning, well, I realized what a clever devil you were.
11 eggs? Good gracious me.
Yes, damn smart move, that. Saves a bit of time, eh? The two birds are hatching about between them. We'll soon have more than enough Westminster pelicans. Well done.